The Teachings of Honor, 2nd edition, written by Dr. Arnold Nerenberg, Ph.D., narrated by Hugh, Frazier, Jr. Chapter 3, Poetry and Sayings of Honor. I'm defining honor as loyalty to your highest constructive values, as enshrined in the 4 commandments of honor, while striving to cause no harm, physically or emotionally. The thoughts I bring are the flowers of healing. They are reflections of the soft whispering of the Spirit for which I am witness and messenger. I am a servant to who plants their seeds within his own heart and offers them to those who are drawn to the potential they perceive within them. I am but a memory of myself walking upon the earth, a name briefly whispered in the wind, a breath of holiness that carried the seed of light to plant in a few hearts yearning for honor. The most important to know about yourself is this: you are a noble being. Manifest this essence of who you really are through following the way of honor. All else is secondary. Yes, there is pain and deep wrongness in the world. There are those who are truly trampled upon and victimized, and those who are hungry. This is real and not illusion. Added to this is the most pervasive affliction of all. Added to this is the most persuasive affliction of all: to not feel the abundance of what we are given. Every heartbeat, every breath, every moment. And this failure of ours is perhaps the greatest of all evils and the source of all greed and injustice. O people of the earth, immersed in the magnificent sea of love and bliss, we are showered with goodness and beauty. Life itself was bestowed upon us, a precious gift of mercy upon mercy. Light upon light, pleasure upon pleasure. But the greatest pleasure, so generously bestowed upon us, are the manifold opportunities to arise with honor in the pursuit of virtue and receiving precious possibilities to know and to love one another. We are given the privilege to serve our destinies and feel a life well lived. And to try and hide the truth from ourselves will ultimately cause even more pain. To lovingly embrace the truth that is revealed about ourselves, to ourselves, is required on the path to honor, and it is the portal to real peace and freedom. There is no defeat without victory in its belly, and no loss that is not a gain. We'll not be shackled with claims of fear. We don't worship at the shrine of pain. There is no defeat without victory in its belly, and no loss that is not a gain. Do not fear to arise to your true identity. Do not die hidden in the darkness of regret. Cast off your fear and read the book of your own heart. Dare to fail and arise again and again and again. If it is your passion and purpose, you will triumph over every barrier. You will be victorious over your own self. Do not fear what others will say. If what you seek to be felt deeply, to be of great constructive value, then you are invincible and protected in the sacred light of honor, and you will be a might courage. At that point, your life no longer belongs to you, and you will have become a slave to destiny. In the dark light, lightning thunders across the clouds, and sky's torrential rains sweep across the trees, bowing to the earth. From behind the veil, Honor calls for a thought spoken unto the universe. The urge to goodness vibrates in the heart of man, and the way of honor manifests and becomes known. The desert winds sweep across the footprints in the sand, and there's no sign or memory they were even there. Gone for eternity, and so it is with the travails and struggles of mankind, utterly forgotten in the grave as if they were never here. In your suffering now, smile upon what will be soon forgotten. Thus your heart will be bathed in the light of wisdom. The key is to ride the wave of karma with honor, to keep refining whatever we need to do in such a manner as to bring more honor into it. We are immersed in a universe of potential within the thought of our Creator. The sacred word prompts the seeker of truth to even higher levels of consciousness. To live with honor is a choice. Yes, honor is a state of consciousness, and honor is a way of life. I have worshipped every false god known throughout history. I have worshipped at the shrine of pride. I have worshipped at the shrine of sex. I have worshipped at the shrine of money and power. All were vain imaginings. I have been a slave to all of the known tyrannical masters, one after another. And simultaneously, all I can say is that we're all a slave to something, so choose your master well. I have not always lived with honor, but I will die with honor. Now, I only bow before her and nothing else. Framed in the chorus of birds singing at dawn, the yearning calls for her beloved, anointed in the waters of bliss. All creation is birthed in the womb of love. The ancient river sounds echo in the sacred chamber of praise. Holy is the fragrance of the mystic rose. We are all swimming in the waters of a life-giving love, imbued with great magnificence. But we cloak its exquisite beauty. Behold, the veil lifts, and the beholder is awed into surrender. He awakens again and again to taste the sweetness of its nectar. The vision sleeps within our tears and awakens every 100 years. In the talons of the hawk of lust and greed does man time grasp in fear, seeing his death is near. The claws of pride does man reside till his love is crushed. And unbeknownst to him, he has truly died, a slave in isolation. From the fruit its seed is known. Only those who stand firmly behind the shield of honor are not swallowed in the darkness of this world, and smile with compassion on all temptation. My name is the gilding hawk, and I soar above the pull of earth. Born from my mouth is the spirit of truth. The ancient word chants into the heart of woman and man. I arise from the embers of the fire at night. The trees and the turtle are my brothers who heal the womb of all creation. Our mistakes and our suffering are the fountain through which wisdom flows. The beauty of the moment is only known to those who are truly present. Do not succumb to the vortex of thought that would drown you in its winds of negativity. Hold fast to the honorable thought. The light of wisdom illuminates the clouds and sky, and love flows in paradise. Honor rules the universe, but what still remains is the crushing shadow of the night. Many find no home in the jungle, and the cities shun their names. Nowhere do they belong. With compassion, the holy ones whisper in the wind, "We are here." Our word will warm you in the dark caves of cold despair. The light of wisdom illuminates the clouds and sky, and love flows in paradise. Honor rules the universe. To those without honor, the dead ant is seen as great treasure, and folly is virtue. Have compassion upon them and wish them well. People are consumed in the struggle to survive and to reproduce. They feel overwhelmed in this struggle, and people are overwhelmed in the pursuit of feeding their pride, which is a distortion of the real need, which is to live with dignity. Within the human heart is also the urge to goodness and to truly love. It is essential to provide a very simple code by which to live, one that can actually be realized within their very busy lives. A simple code which is reviewed every day, 3 times a day, to be sure it is remembered. The 4 commandments of honor with the bridge are a perfect fulfillment for that code and for all humanity to live by. I continue to chop wood and carry water, a prisoner who is granted glimpses of the eternal. Lit by moonlight, the trees sway in unison to the chanting of the winds pouring through the mountains and valleys in the darkness of the night. Behold, the true smile glows in one who feels the sacred moment, passing in the vastness of time, and he ponders the source of this smile as it flows through his eyes. Is it a river from the void? Is it a light from his heart? How does it bring life to all he sees? How does it heal and unify his inner being? It appears of its own accord. At times, it can be called to rise. He knows it illuminates his eyes and voice, a mystery filled with gratitude. Lit in moonlight, the trees sway to the chant of the winds. The sun feeds its glow and warmth to the trees and to all that reside upon the earth. The seasons in its time ebb and flow in the colors of its mood. In the turning of the years I took upon my life, I drank deeply of the pleasures to be had. There could have been more, but it was enough. I am grateful and content with the love I have known. The pursuit of much of what I pursued was driven by vanity and pride, but not all, for goodness would lend its sway to the light of the wrongness in my ways. I am grateful for what I have received, and now I lure to succeed and to be admired. The taking is done, and I have been before, but not as much as now. There is a dying to self and a welcoming to the other side, and death is not the dread it was. I am grateful for what I have achieved. There really is nothing left for me to do but serve those I love and those who yearn for the way of honor. That is all. The veil lifts. I am here again, but this time I truly am. Man squanders his life pursuing pleasure. When death is faced, he grasps knowing that pleasure is ending and cannot help to ask himself, what did he really accomplish? What was it all about? He placed his pride before all else, and this prevented him from truly knowing others. So how could he really love? We know the thoughts of the people by the words and actions. That's how we know these things. Only by placing honor above pride and all else can we truly know ourselves and others. Only through honor can we truly love. If you truly love deeply enough, can anyone really hurt you? Darkness cannot exist in light. There is power in honor. Yes, working only to survive interferes with the manifesting of potential. And competition can lead to serious problems as well. Capitalism with honor has great potential. It will optimize the striving for constructive contributions for society. It harnesses the power of both ego and spirit. Yes, the greatest deficit of all is from the rampant materialism that has relegated the reality of the spiritual to the realm of illusion and self-deception. Birthed in agony from within the womb of our core is the sound of the bugle call for the true honor to illuminate the way. There are very basic universal truths which, when fully internalized and manifested, will promote a great healing through balancing and illuminating all trauma and suffering. One of those truths is that meaning and gain can be found within all pain and loss. Our turmoil and imperfections are a natural part of our movement toward a more perfect union. We are a resilient people, and God has breathed within our nation a noble spirit, hidden deep within our essence. Birthed in agony from within the womb of our core is the call for true honor to illuminate the world. Truly loving yourself. You will notice very soon that the reality of honor will manifest more and more in your thoughts, words, and actions, and even in your dreams. The goal is for the honor that already resides within your being to become more important to you than your pride and more important than even life itself. This is the secret of truly loving yourself. Did we think our desire for goodness, wisdom, and virtue originated within ourselves? As the seeds of the trees are carried in the winds of storms, so are the promptings of the divine teachers, and our ancestors contained within the incessant urges of our inner selves. This is the mystery of our heritage and our legacy. To rise above our social conditioning in defining ourselves and in defining success, it is necessary to internalize the honor teachings. It is a world filled with misunderstanding and humiliation, and goodness as well. Our sole responsibility is to arise honorably to the struggle. You will achieve this through total sincerity. The lack of honor in the world is destroying it. The dark pounding of the world vibrates the rains of pain to pour down upon the hearts of man. Unceasingly, the storms of life flood his mind with only empty mists of illusion to guide his way. The dark pounding of pain of the world drowns the screams of agony within his being as he grasps in desperation, begging to be saved from himself. Where can he go? Is death the only balm for his wounds? Betrayal after betrayal after betrayal. Nothing was what it seemed. From within the sobs of his weeping, did a light of mercy briefly smile within the ocean of his tears? Or was it a glimpse of false hope, once again born from his fears? How far did he stray, humbled to his knees where all he has to which to cling is the memory of that light and some trust it was real? Does he slowly slowly begin to rise? From the pounding pain of the world does the glow of wisdom grow, and honor has her way. Laughter, in a flood of light erupting in the crumbling convulsions of illusion, opens the door of hope, and pain is not remembered. At its best, it is an expression of seeing the play of our own self-deceptions. Be amused with your shortcomings. Laugh at yourself. There is a twinkle in the eye of honor. As you feel my love, admiration, and my seeing the greatness of your identity, the depth of your own knowledge arises into consciousness. And as you love, respect, and admire me with your whole being, you merge into my heart, and my knowledge becomes known to you. This is the mystical union and the transcendence of duality. It is a huge loss. Huge! There are so many mysteries enshrined within the death that we will not fully understand while on this earth. But certain things we do know. We feel the reality of the departed loved ones more powerfully after they leave. We feel more intensely their goodness and radiance. In a sense, they do become more alive within us than ever before. And a second thing we know is they will come to visit us in our dreams in a very real way. And we also know from the divine teachers that we are eternal souls, and we will be reunited after we leave this earth. And they also tell us to pray for them which will enhance the journey of their souls. We can ask them for guidance and help as well. We can tell them how much we love them and appreciate them, and this will further strengthen our connection. I think you might be interested in my perspective about myself. To be clear on how I see things, this is what I just told one of our disciples of honor. My dear brother, really, the only result I expect is knowing that I lived my code of honor. That is it. I don't expect that I will necessarily be able to change the world. I don't expect to be understood or even appreciated. This moment will not ever come again, yes. This awareness contains the seed of cherishing the moment, with all its beauty and opportunity. This poignancy reaps the poetry of eternity. There is nowhere to hide. There can be no escape. The consequences of your doings will never abandon you. They are your home and rule your dreams. Submit to the ancient sound that vibrates the sacred song within your heart. Be the goodness within you that most craves to manifest. Be your deepest longing, the destiny of your yearning. All else is not worthy of you. Am I completely ignorant? The knowledge is neither in me nor outside me. It's somewhere about me. I read the book of my own heart, and I am almost as surprised as you by what I say. The consummate state of honor is to live in oneness with all who exist. The memory of the eternal awakens as the truth vibrates its reality beyond the veil of ego. The veil of darkness lifts as we merge into the ocean of bliss. We remain but a memory of ourselves in the waves where pride ceases to exist. These trials and tribulations can be perceived as gifts which will make us stronger. Without them, we cannot achieve wisdom or compassion or greatness. Most are extremely weak, fragile, and lost in the materialistic nature. It is best and honorable for us to see, even in them, the good that is there. and the vulnerability which has enslaved them. Thus, we will see them through the eyes of compassion. We must also do our best to protect all, including ourselves and them, from their destructiveness. Included in the cleansing of the earth is the detoxification of the poisonous thoughts which envelop and contaminate it. The 4 commandments of honor are the most powerful mental detoxifiers in the universe. To those to whom it applies, let it be said, there is absolutely no problem with slipping off the path of honor. Repent and just come back as soon as you can. You're a great person with a noble heart. Honor is your way. Honor is your destiny. Honor is your destiny and the path to your life's work. There is the path to which I aspire that facilitates transcendence and a warmer dimension of detachment. Honor before pride, honor before anger, honor before money, honor before sex, honor before love, honor before time and convenience, honor before everything, honor before life itself. This is an expanded version of the Supremacy of Honor Code. I refer to them at times as the 4 principles of honor which reside within the human heart, and we command them to arise into manifestation of our thoughts, words, and actions. Thus, the term commandments of honor is a primordial impulse within the human psyche. You breathe in an atmosphere beyond the pettiness of this world. That is where you long to be, and that is your home. In the darkness of the forest in the blackest of night, the eyes of the evil one smiles with power at the sense of safety of those behind locked doors in their lighted rooms. He laughs at the powerlessness cloaked in the denial of imminent danger. He stands beneath a giant tree with a star glittering above, and then humbly bows to his master of goodness that lights his face with wisdom. From the crucible of honor, you will arise on your wings of pain and joy to great heights of wisdom and compassion. Your perspective will be bathed in the light of love. There are those whose goodness serves the evil within them, and there are those whose outward evil serves the inner goodness. Negativity multiplies duality. For this moment that is still mine, I will rejoice. I will weep and laugh. I will love. Always I will dance with my sword shimmering in the sun by day and the moon by night. And I say, I am here. Before this life does end, arise to the greatness of your sacred yearning. This courage is life-meaning. Do not fear to taste the tears of struggle and the hardship years. In the wind we die, in our death we dance, and in our eyes there is a sign that we are on the mountain, still. For beneath the fears and beneath the tears, for all to see, free and wise, there is a light, a glowing and knowing smile. Beneath the tears, a warm and loving smile. Each of our lives is a sign of the charity of the greatest kind, for it was given freely to us without our asking and without our earning it. I am a slave to honor, and thus I am truly free. Your commitment to the way of honor, and only honor, can lift the veil of dark thoughts. Know this, and be free of the bondage to the suffering you create. I will continue. I will endure till the end. I expect nothing from the world. not even understanding or respect. Following the path of honor is the most powerful catalyst for self-directed neuroplasticity modifications. I wanted to take the road most traveled, but I was not able to walk that path. It just wasn't me. I'm very glad how it turned out, but it was not easy. I am most content now. Thank God I lived long enough. I almost didn't. I did not understand what was happening till I was about 70, and the way of honor was inspired within me. Now at 79, I have a good deal of mastery in this path and will continue till the end, God willing. I have another 41 to harvest the treasures and share them with those that hunger for a more fulfilling life. Only the shield of honor can protect us from ourselves. Rain falling from the clouds does not have the cloud. The mirror does not have the light. We are ourselves, but we do not have ourselves. I am of myself. Knowledge is of me. I breathe within the ocean of ignorance and nothingness. Knowledge and I flow from the placeless. I am bound by time, but I am not of time. Knowledge and I flow from the timeless. Within the womb of eternity is born every manner of potential. Love calls it into being. Honor is its destiny. In creating the disciples of honor, it has been my intention to give all of us a place to be our true, noble selves, and to uplift and inspire each other to even greater heights of honor. O sleeping ones with opened eyes, how did you become so lost that you wandered into the forest of delusion and thought it was your home? You inhaled the cow's dung and called it the fragrance of the rose, yet you pride yourself on knowledge of the most trivial dimensions of life and feel superior to the humble seeker of truth. How despicably you have squandered the meager time you have spent upon this earth. Repent of this self-deadening and arise to the way of honor. People have always destroyed religion and degraded it to mediocrity. It is because they do not live deeply and genuinely. They claim more faith than they really have. They trivialize the teachings of the divine messengers. People cannot reflect on the divine principles because they have failed to know their true identity. They fear what they see in themselves and pretend it is not there. So they pretend to be something other than what they think they are. But in reality, they are far more beautiful and magnificent than they ever realized. There is much sadness and tragedy in the world. The people are frightened and bewildered. It is best to hope that good will come of it, and to laugh when possible. There will always be those who betray us, disappoint us, exploit us. Whoever compromises his honor severely damages himself. That is the tragedy. Honor demands that we wish them well and do what we must to handle the situation in a constructive way. Then we move on to bring honor into the world. I used to feel like an outsider to humanity because of being different. The lack of depth and genuineness was crushing. As hard as I tried, I could not fit in. The tons of voices, the smiles, and the facial expressions that were so alienating. I felt we were not ourselves, but imitations of what we thought a normal human being would be. The effects of so powerful an alienation led to the most powerful search for truth and meaning. I am grateful for the fruits of this quest. Ultimately, it led to entering the way of honor. There are some very mean-spirited people in this world. Then there are some decent ones who are highly unaware of the negativity they emit. Most of them cannot bear to hear of their limitations, and they are not seeking to grow. Most people only want comfort, not growth or change. It is good to love them, but not disturb them. Now those who are seekers of truth are a different matter entirely. With them, the soul is refreshed, and laughter bubbles in a fountain of light. Money is desirable for all of us, but if it is gained in a dishonorable fashion, then it will bring undesirable results. Absolutely. Money at its best is earned honorably and spent for the betterment of ourselves, family, and the world. Money is thus spiritualized and filled with goodness. Know that your pride will not bring you happiness. Why would you want to place it before your honor? I'm dealing honorably with my thoughts and feelings, some pleasant, some not. The threats and negativity of life do abound, and I ride the wave of smiles when I can. Other dimensions of trust are these. To trust means believe the word of the trusted one. But know that only those committed to honor will never betray you. To those following the way of honor, we are following a perfect path that is consistent with the teachings of all religions and noble philosophies. You will be a witness to your own transformation and in awe of your own nobility. You will be illuminated with the light of honor, and all noble beings will delight in your magnificence. Honor will not eliminate all suffering, but it will greatly enhance your resiliency. On the birthday for the disciples of honor, we repeat this statement: From the pain and darkness of my life, I came to crave the light. Thus, I have been reborn from the womb of honor. Call upon the hidden honor to emerge from its cavern of your being. Command the honor that does slumber within you to arise into the full light of its majesty. Behold, the mighty secret within your heart does arise. It does flame into the fullness of its destiny. Honor is the foundation for hope and optimism. To be reborn in honor means to commit our lives to living by the 4 commandments of honor. Such a commitment may or may not have an awe moment, but it's a simple decision to live by, a code that all decent people already know. There are those who live in degradation, who are waiting for this special moment to repent and arise in the magnificence of their honor. To live with honorable purpose is a great stimulus for health, vitality, and long life. Held in the eternity bond of honor, there arises the family of honor to bring justice and fairness to the world. To wish someone well does not necessarily mean we hope they win the lottery, but could mean instead that we hope they repent from their wrongfulness and find honor in their lives. To walk this path, it is good to feel filled with regret when we violate the code, and then repent and commit more strongly than ever to our way. Thus, good will come from it. In terms of gifts of the Spirit, we did absolutely nothing to earn life itself, and we did absolutely nothing to earn loving parents to guide and nurture us. Gratitude upon gratitude is essential to the way of honor. Do not fool yourself. You are rarely a victim. You co-create your reality and problems. Taking responsibility is the foundation of enormous power and reduces the suffering of blaming. To create a family of honor, you must look beyond the shortcomings and see the greatness and magnificence of each. And you must be a role model in word and action. The mystical union of hearts as you feel my love, admiration, and seeing my greatness of your identity, the depth of your own knowledge will arise into consciousness. And as you love, respect, and admire me with your own whole being, you merge into my heart, and my knowledge becomes known to you. Where can you find peace? Only in the house of honor. When you look honestly upon your thoughts, you will see all manner of negativity. Choose to balance these thoughts with honorable ones, to truly be a disciple of honor. Respect is a ray from the sun of honor, and the keeper of universal harmony. There are many intelligent, good-looking rich people who are total losers. Only honor defines success. Children can be so uplifting, and also very disappointing. This is the truth of the matter. The real blessing of having children is the unconditional love that is awakened within our hearts. That is truly a bounty and a blessing. It is the responsibility of all parents to show by example and by direct guidance both the way of honor itself and the consequences of following and not following its teachings. Here's the question for a truck driver. Which is more honorable, to transport organic broccoli or to transport cigarettes? All forms of livelihood have a comparable question. The flaming vine of honor climbs within the breath of life and vibrates the warmth of its wisdom into the core of all that is. Do not allow the dishonor of others against you to cause you to dishonor yourself. Do not think that you will escape the consequences of your actions. That cannot be done. Let honor guide you in all you do, that you may know true happiness. Honor is the light that strengthens the spine. Both the masculine and feminine principles must be integrated to be a person of honor. Honor brings congruence to the material and the spiritual dimensions of life. The most honorable perception of others is to see both their greatness and their vulnerability. To see their greatness will bring you respect and admiration for them. To see their vulnerability will bring gentleness to your words and actions. Honorable children bring peace and honor to their parents. Loving parents have two primary responsibilities to their children. Show them the way of honor and of health. The hidden yearning of a woman. She wants her honeyed sweetness to pull its sacred seed into the depths of her being. She yearns for the secret of her sound to be known by the man whom she hungers to feel her essence. As he pulsates in surrender to her beauty, she becomes his woman and claims him for her man. She smiles with desire to be so craved by him that his flow will not cease before she has had her fill. But without true love, only pride of capture will remain. She yearns to lose all sense of separateness, even if only for an instant, then meld into the ocean of blissful union with her lover. She yearns to be so totally known and filled in all dimensions that she will no longer be a stranger to herself. Thus she does feel complete when the craving stops, for a while. But without honor, the pleasure will soon be felt as pain, and the sacred sound profaned. In the house of honor, love is never a stranger. Only the light of honor can illuminate the path to true success. Those who command the honor within themselves to manifest are disciples of honor. The pain of dishonor fuels the thirst for honor. There are messengers of love, but only the honorable can truly love. Without honor, there can be no true love. Consciousness creates reality. Call upon constructive consciousness by reciting 3 times a day the 4 commandments of honor. Think, say, and do the most honorable thing. This optimizes the positivity of your reality. Honor is the path to true mental toughness. I continue to chop wood and carry water. A prisoner who is granted glimpses of the eternal. I had my tooth pulled yesterday, and it invigorated me. There was an infection in the root. The dentist told me the tooth had rotted out. I've taken all the correct supplements to heal, plus an antibiotic. Today I am filled with power and vitality, extremely energized. When toxicity is removed from our lives, and we feed ourselves the correct energy, then we will arise to the highly elevated heights of achievements and insights. My theory about viral and bacterial infections. I think they revitalize the body, invigorate the body, and strengthen it in many ways. But the body must be strong enough to absorb this rejuvenating effect. Otherwise, it'll have a destructive impact. These infections can not only strengthen the individual, but over time, they will strengthen the species. I have no proof of this in the usual sense of the word, but this is what I sense. Back in the day, the term healing crisis was alluded to the adaptive features of illness. Thus, as fasting strengthens and revitalizes, just as bursts of cold water, just as momentary maximum exertion, the body and psyche adapt with vigor and revitalization to those stressors. Arise to the wonders of your light. It will replenish you and the universe in which you reside. Wish to be released unto your spirit flow while you are still on earth, and behold, your brother, master, will guide you into all that is good. Unveiled within my heart, enwritten within the depth of my tears, paradise is revealed. Lit in warm smiles, gentle winds, and doves who coo the sound of love, while the trees dance with glee. Satisfaction fills the air, and peace is everywhere. With those in their homes slumber through the night, the lost and the drowning hear the whisper of hope. It speaks of times nearby, times of dancing and chanting in an ether of mystery and smiles. And from the ether of the ancient world calls, it resounds again and again, till the shackles of the slaves dissolve in the light. Blaming the shadows in the river of fear, the people seek to relieve their pain. As they drown in the darkness of their minds, they cannot see the light all around. But some goodness they do remember, and its kindness fills the void. Yes, gratitude is the fountain through which happiness flows. Adorn your head with the crown of honor, through noble thoughts, words, and actions. Each of our lives is a sign of charity of the greatest kind. Thus it behooves us to be generous and kind to others, and to be extremely grateful for the myriad of bounties in which we are immersed. As you serve your legacy of honor, your destiny will powerfully manifest. Trials and tribulations are the gifts from which wisdom and compassion grow. Under the sun of honor, the seeds of trials and tribulations blossom into flowers of wisdom and compassion. Rejoice in your suffering. Celebrate the end at the beginning. Be grateful for the fruit while yet a seed. Yes, as this bitter seed grows under the sun of honor, it blossoms into a wondrous tree of delicious fruit. So true, The warrior of honor opens his eyes to face the struggle and suffering and seeks to gain power from it, while all others blame and complain and wallow bitterly in its mystery. Mental weakness is blaming, complaining, making excuses, and harming others. Mental toughness is taking responsibility for co-creating our reality, being grateful for the power gained through hardship, and adding value to the world. While all seek to escape their plight, no one wants to live alone. All seek to find their home. The stars at night will not show the way to where you deeply want to go. That requires another kind of light. No one wants to die alone. All seek to find their home. We climb the mountain hoping to rest upon her. Tired and hungry from our journey, a call arises from within to soothe our fright. Rest, my children, in my embrace of honor. Fill yourself upon my thought, and be the refuge which you have sought. I am not this body, or in this body. I am not my brain. I am not of time or space. I cannot contain or be contained. I am not my eyes that see, my ears that hear, or my throat that speaks. I am not the breath that flows through me, nor the blood that courses through my veins. I am the awareness that is a witness to all my experiences. I am that which chooses the master I serve. Sincerity and trust grow when your honorable thoughts and words manifest into honorable action. Vacation is not a location. It is a state of mind emanating from living an honorable life. Know this, O disciples of honor. People pretend to be something other than what they think they are. But in reality, they are far more beautiful and magnificent than they even realize. The 4 best-kept secrets in the world, secrets from ourselves and others. We deeply need each other. We are grateful to know each other. We love each other. Our divine nature, higher nature, is more powerful than our animal nature, lower nature. I have embraced the world that neither trusts nor understands me. I am enraptured with the beauty and the greatness of the people. My loneliness has diminished. Honorable purpose. Our purpose in life is to live with honor, which involves developing virtues and contributing to society. Honorable communication. Respectfully real. You have the right to be your true self, as long as the expression of that is in a respectfully real manner. That is, with kindness, wisdom, and respect of boundaries. Honor identity. You are not the thoughts you have. You are the thoughts you choose to have. Honor volition. You have the power to choose your thoughts. For example, right now, have a pleasant memory about today. Perhaps it was seeing a loved one or eating a delicious meal. Do it now. You did it. You chose the polarity. It was positive. You chose the time dimension. It was the past. Noble character. Noble character is to live with honor, which includes truthfulness, loyalty, keeping your word, and service to family, community, God, or your highest values. The feminine principle. The essence of the feminine principle is nurturance and love. Masculine principle. The essence of the masculine principle is to arise to the struggle, always. Wisdom. Wisdom is to integrate our joys and our sorrows, our losses and gains, into a constructive perspective. The absolutely outrageous manifestation of cruelty and injustice in the world is the trumpet call for honor, to arise in the hearts and actions of all decent people. As you smile upon your self-centeredness and walk in the way of honor, you will liberate yourself from your animal nature and your conditioned self, and you will be forced to liberate all senescent beings. Disciples of honor. Tears blowing in the winds feed the earth as do ashes from fires of the forest. All of the hardships and sufferings of your life feed the wisdom of your being. Honor grows in the burning of your heart and the weeping of your lonely nights. Son of honor. Within the cave of dark thoughts, the people are lost in seeking the cold sweetness of revenge. They feel the anger and resentment they know so well. In this home, love is a stranger who finds no welcome. For those illuminated from within by the Son of Honor, there is no cave to harbor the dark thoughts that destroy the hearts of man, and wisdom fills their being. To live a life of harmony with yourself and others, do not suppress your aggressive and sexual thoughts, but balance them with honorable ones. Thus you will grow in virtue and in good character. The journey is not so much to find yourself, but to release the honor within you so you can be yourself. For those who are slaves to their passions and are the ungrateful ones, your materialistic greed is the thread with which you weave the fabric of dissatisfaction that veils you from the great wealth and treasure within. This is the greatest tragedy of life. It is filled with the stench of blaming and complaining, and a type of hell with which you have punished yourself. Repent now while there is still time to arise to the way of honor. Absolutely true. Honor is wealth. Dishonor is poverty. Do not seek to find yourself, but rather seek the way of honor, and you will be revealed unto yourself. Whatever cluster applies to a person, whatever the dysfunction, whatever the illness, whatever the crisis or tribulation, it must be handled with honor, which is loyalty to your highest constructive values as enshrined in the 4 principles of honor, the 4 commandments of honor. It is the only way to prevent having more bad karma and consequences. This is what I bring into my own heart, what I bring to the world. This is all I bring. The path of honor brings perspective and the potential to tell ourselves the best true story about our problems. It is the path to balance. Let me tell you a rhyme as old as time. It is none other than the mighty quest for immortality and glory. It is a story of the strong and the brave, sacrificing life and limb for the legacy of their greatness, the never-ending climb of expanding conquest. Empires of enormous wealth of gold and beauty, in all its forms, amassed to enshrine the memory of their names. Each shrine built of bone and blood of those who fought, crumbled beneath the weight of their crime, and the names of their kings are utterly forgotten. Those who worship the idols of themselves are vanquished in the winds of eternal change. But those meek warriors of the soul who conquered the realms of men's hearts, they do reign in the whisper of men's thoughts. Only honor does remain, and all else is lost in the waves of time. The shrine of honor. The names of those who truly love her beauty can be heard in the echoes of ocean tides. The poetry of their hearts are the waves that wash the earth at night. Plant the herbs of life within your heart. Grow the way of honor within the spine of your back. See through the eyes of love and feel the greatness in all you see. Thus will wisdom spread throughout your thoughts, and behold, the noble being that you are manifests in every word and deed. Repeating the commandments, the laws of honor, and the supremacy of honor code will release your true self to manifest, uncluttered by social conditioning and the lower nature. They will kindle a light to glow within your heart, which will illuminate your every word and action in the context of your uniqueness. This is your destiny. As you surrender to its way, you are no longer an ordinary person. You enter the realm of greatness. Your true self yearns for greatness and nobility. It is invincible and calls unceasingly for full expression. Now is the time to arise to the struggle. The greatest harm you will ever cause yourself is through your own negative thoughts, words, and actions. Know this, and fear turning away from the most powerful thoughts. Above all, fear your own negativity, for you are filled with the power to destroy yourself. Every moment is a choice between constructive and destructive thoughts, between light and darkness, between honor and dishonor, between life and death. The smile of the sacred awakens my intention to manifest holiness within my being. On the anvil of pain, my sincerity is forged. From within the womb of honor I am reborn. My destiny smiles upon me and is known within my heart. Fear no man more than your own destructive tendencies. Repeat your commandments and bridge. Repeating your commandments and bridge will protect you, as will the supremacy of honor code and the laws of honor. They will uplift your health, mentally, physically, spiritually, and socially. These commandments, laws, code, and bridge are essential for respectfully real communication. You are not the thoughts you have, you are the thoughts you choose to have. To help you organize your perceptions and experiences, these thoughts are the foundation for the psychology of honor. Honor will stimulate both the development of greater virtue within you and to giving more fully to your family and to the world. What does open the sacred eye of love? Tell us the hidden path to the beauty of paradise. How may we uncover the treasure of a joyful life? O seeker of truth, feel my words so they may reveal to you the knowledge enshrined within your own heart. The mystery of this very moment unfolds to those who live the way of honor. To be truly alive, you must place honor before pride, honor before life itself, for only then will you be delivered from the destructive consequences. Ignite the light that none can extinguish, for honor is eternal, while pride and life itself are but a fleeting sigh. Thus does the veil of pride lift, and you will know the world through a humble spirit. The eye of love awakens and sees with compassion. All existence is bathed in the ocean of beauty. The trees, the wind, the people, the flow of thoughts. All beings are soothed within your smile, and known in the kingdom of your respect. Separation evaporates in the heat of awe within your being. No one is a stranger. Purify yourself in the holy waters of honor. To you, all creation bows and whispers through the winds, I am yours.